The means to enlightenment is seva. The expression of enlightenment is also seva. By serving, we purify and understand this knowledge, and when we understand this knowledge, it becomes our nature to serve them. The master has no desires. He doesn't desire to serve, it becomes his nature, his or her nature. The sun doesn't try to shine. It's the nature of the sun. Sugar doesn't try to be sweet or exert effort. It is sweet. The same goes with the master. It's the means to get to being a master, seva. And once they're there, it just becomes natural to serve. You and I act for happiness, a master acts out of happiness. There's a fundamental difference between both. We act for happiness, they act out of happiness. Service is a preparation for meditation. You're learning about Karma Yoga right now? Karma Yoga is preparation for meditation, for Jnana Yoga. Service is the means to meditation. When people say, how do I meditate? Start serving. Start reducing that ignorance, that impurity. Then this process of meditation of going within will be possible. Otherwise, it's off limits then. As our dear Socrates from A Peaceful Warrior said, there is no higher purpose in life, referring to service. Dan Millman saying, you work at a gas station, he calls it a service station. Beautiful. What a solid movie. What a solid message. Whether one's serving gas, whether one's gardening, whether one is cleaning up the deer on the road, it's a service. It's not what one does, it's how one does it. A spiritual person doesn't do different things. We're stuck on that. That, a spiritual person must sleep 3 hours, or a spiritual person doesn't know how to use a computer, or a variety of other preconceived notions we have. It's not. A spiritual person doesn't do different things, but does things differently. They work, they eat, they walk, they exercise, but they do it with a smile. We do it with a frown. That's what separates a spiritual person and an aspiritual person. And I'll give you one more quote from Mahatma Gandhi. There is not a single moment when man cannot serve. There is not a single moment when man cannot serve. Downstairs, we have this seva chart. All groups should be serving. Someone is not smiling. Why aren't you smiling? Offer them an ear. Right? Service can be done all of the time. There's not a single moment when we can't be serving. How do we stay inspired? How do we keep this seva bhava alive? This is done when we start thinking about who we are serving. When we serve an individual, our capabilities are very limited. But when we are serving the Lord, then our capabilities become exponential. Our patience, our aptitude, it just amplifies more and more and more. Swami Tejamananda recently wrote a book called An Altar, A-L-T-A-R, alters your life, A-L-T-E-R-S. And the grander one's altar, the more capabilities that one expresses. If I serve myself, if I'm trying to get in shape just for myself, oh, I'm tired, I don't need to. But if I'm getting in shape so that I can continue to teach as often as I can, then there's a lot more responsibility, a lot more motivation, inspiration. That's why when Bhakti Yoga says, see the Lord in everyone, there's a reason for it. There's rationale, there's purpose behind all of this. Now, bringing some more knowledge into this, we say God is infinite. What is exclusive of infinity? Nothing. Because if anything's exclusive of it, it's not infinite. So as soon as we say that God is in the stone but not in you, we're saying God is limited. God is not here, God is limited. If God is infinite, if Bhavan is infinite, if the divine is infinite, it's all-inclusive. So when I serve Jatni, when I serve Nikhil, then I'm serving the Lord. When you serve me, you're serving the Lord. Nothing is exclusive of the Lord. What changed? Just the way we see someone. Instead of just seeing Rishi in his name and his form, then one understands that, hey, his life principle and my life principle is exactly the same. The reason he's alive, the reason I'm alive is exactly the same. I'm not serving his name and form. I'm serving the life principle in the same way that I have that life principle. Just the vision changes. We can still remain in Illinois. We can still go to school. We can still eat. We can still work. Just have to change the way we think, because as we think, so we become.